And let's now cross live to international affairs expert Marko Gasic. Marko, hello there. So can this escalation of tensions on the border between Serbia and Kosovo lead to an actual military conflict?
I think that's almost impossible. I think a lot of this is just for show. From the Serbian point of view, President Vucic wants to show he's taking the Albanian leadership's unilateral behaviour seriously, and so he's sending a domestic signal with his use of tanks and jets. I don't think he's going to impress NATO, which is occupying the Serbian territory of Kosovo at the moment. He's not going to impress them very much with his military hardware, but he will at least make people at home feel better. I think that the real question is, why is this happening? And I think what we have here is a US attempt to up the ante, as it were. I mean, what seems to be happening is that things are too quiet for Washington's taste, and they're encouraging the Albanian leadership to up the temperature so that the West can then pressure Serbia to lower the temperature, as always happens.
Right, right. So basically, you're saying that the license plate dispute is not the only reason for the escalation?
No, I mean, I don't think that the Albanian leader, Kurti, cares anything about number plates whatsoever. This is just an attempt to make things more unstable, to, as I say, to up the temperature of discussion so that Serbia is then pressured to lower the temperature through concessions. I mean, the whole thing is a bit farcical, really. But in the wider picture, we have, as I say, Washington advising the Albanians. We have President Vucic taking perhaps too much advice from Tony Blair. So you really have Western participants on both sides. You could say that the main actors here are Biden and Blair rather than Kurti and Vucic. So in a way, we have here just a kind of another geopolitical situation by proxy, with the Albanians performing their usual quisling role of appeasing the empire that seems to be around at the time.
So what can actually be done to defuse the situation and restore peace? What concessions can be made by each side?
Well, the side that made the unilateral move should concede that it shouldn't have. For better or worse, Serbia is locked in negotiations with its Pristina Kosovo offshoot in Brussels, in the EU, and any new moves are supposed to be agreed by both sides. Here we have one of the sides behaving absolutely unilaterally, doing what it likes, and pressuring the local Serbs, threatening them. We know that the ethnic cleansing threat of to the surviving Serbs of Kosovo is a real one. So this is one side, the Albanian leadership, advised by Washington, behaving unilaterally, creating a crisis. So any concessions should be by them, which should basically mean de-escalation of their tendency to escalate.
Right, so you say the EU is actually calling on both sides to calm down.
But only one side has done anything. That's the thing. It's calling on both sides to calm down, but one side has been extremely aggressive. Right,
but could the EU further intervene?
Well, it could, but it never will. I mean, what needs to happen is that the Albanians in the Serbian heartland of Kosovo need to be given a sense of reality about what they've already managed to get for themselves, and to understand that they can't just keep going in the same direction, because they're never really explained to that they can't have everything. They believe they can get everything because they have Washington on their side and the EU following on. So while one side thinks it can get everything, it will never concede anything. It will remain aggressive, and that's the situation with what's happening, what's being done by the Albanian leadership in Kosovo at the moment.
Right, and again, Kosovo has accused Serbia of provoking an international conflict. Do you think that's true?
Well, it can't be, because Kosovo is a part of Serbia. It's an intra-Serbia conflict, but we have an occupied part of Serbia, which is Kosovo and Metohija, to call it by its proper name. And that's the part that's got the secessionist Albanians for the last 20 years who are pretending that the country is theirs. And they've been ethnically cleansing anybody who disagrees with them. So that's the situation. It's a situation within Serbia which has been partitioned by NATO occupation.